Well, in addition to this week being National Literacy Week, April is National Poetry Month. And as with many famous poems, love is often the central theme. Joining me now is Nicole Luongo, author of Naked Desires. Now, are you on like some kind of quest for love? Because the way you poured out in these pages, girl, woo!
Yes, Trina. I think all of us at one time or another are on a quest for love. And the book includes over 100 poems written during a 3-year period of my life where I was longing for love and I was searching for love.
Now, I mean, what was going on, I guess, that in that 3 years that this became such a focal point of your life?
Well, I met somebody who was very important to me and who still is very important to me, and I didn't have a way to express those feelings to that person, so I put my feelings down on paper.
Did you always know that you had this in you? I mean, this beautiful music that you put in word?
No, I was a poet and didn't know it, as the quotation goes.
A poet and didn't know it. I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're a local girl. That is so cool.
Yes, and what I want to tell your viewers is that they should follow their inspiration because you never know where it's going to lead.
Okay.
And also to look at poetry in a different light by reading my book and use poetry to express their feelings, because in light of yesterday's events, there's a lot of people in pain today, and they need a way to express their feelings.
If you want to get the book, I have my copy, but if someone else wants to get it, how do they get it?
Well, it's now available in Barnes & Noble and Borders.
Oh, you're big time.
And they can go to your website to find out exactly which stores they can get it to, and they can also go to my website as well.
Fantastic. Now, I guess when you started writing, were there any certain themes that just kept coming back? I know it's love, but you know.
The book is very thematic. It's like a poetic diary. The readers will really get a sense of my life, and they will relate to it because they've all been there.
Yes.
Even though it's about love, it encompasses all the emotions associated with love: joy, anger, fear, frustration, passion, romance. There's everything.
And I should tell the men that you're single, so they could even, on a date with you, probably get a nice reading about temptation.
Well, it's going to cost them, Trina.
Smart girl. Now, why did you name it Naked Desires?
A friend of mine, Jim, and thank you, Jim, if you're watching, he asked me to write a poem that was kind of sensual one day. He said, "Do you think you can write one like that?" I said, "Yes, I can." And that was the poem, and I thought it would be a great title for the book.
Where do you get the inspiration, and how long does it take you, and I hate to be so systematic and functional about it, how long does it take you to knock out a poem, or does it depend on the poem?
Minutes.
Are you serious?
This truth is be told, I would be trying to go to sleep, these thoughts would go through my mind, and I would just type them out on my computer, and that's it. I never went back to them, hardly revised them, and just kept them the way that they were.
Now, when you go on book tours or have signings, do people really say that, you know, I can relate to that, I could have written that?
That's what I hear the most. Men and women tell me that they can relate to what I'm writing and that they've been there. They've had those experiences that I've had. So it's almost like reading their lives as well.
Now, I was a big reader of poetry when I was young, but the old stuff like Tennyson.
Yes.
You know, there are modern-day poets, but it seems like a lost art in many ways.
It is, and my poetry is different because it's poetry for our time. I used to love Shakespeare, but let's face it, we don't live in that time anymore. These are poems that relate to what we go through as men and women. And like you, I really wasn't a reader of poetry either until I got inspired by Pablo Neruda.
Yeah, an amazing writer.
Yes, yes.
Well, we thank you so much for coming in. This is great reading, beautiful stuff in here. And you know what? If I were a guy, I would call you just to have you read some of it. I mean, I just would.
Well, thank you. I hope somebody out there takes your advice.
Okay. Well, Nicole will be presenting a poetry workshop for children at the Helen B. Hoffman Library tomorrow. For more information and a copy of the book or a complete list of events and where you can buy the book, just log on to our website at NBC6.net.